F1 is one of the fastest growing sports in North America, and it is easy to see why. The fast pace, the dramatic storylines, but of course, none of that would be possible if it weren't for the fantastic athletes in the cockpit going out onto the track and competing in these races. In today's video, we're going to be looking at a recent story involving Hamilton and a high-profile athlete from another sport, so stick around to find out more. So who is Lewis Hamilton talking to? Recently, we have caught wind of a story involving two high-profile athletes, and it has "spicy" written all over it. While it might be nothing, considering that one of the athletes is engaged, it still had some sort of flirty context to it. F1 driver Lewis Hamilton was receiving messages from American gymnast Simone Biles, and these are not just any texts. Biles was telling Hamilton that she wanted to come out and watch one of his races, as he had slowly but surely converted her into an F1 racing fan. She has never seen a race, but she is willing to come out to watch one and cheer on Lewis Hamilton. Seems sort of flirty, right? But in all honesty, it is probably just the best in one sport giving praise and respect to another athlete who is considered to be the best in his sport as well. She was asked on an Instagram live video why she was so concerned about watching Lewis Hamilton, and she replied, "Lewis is great. I want to go out to one of his races, so I've been talking to him about it. I really wanted to go to the one in Austin, US Grand Prix, but unfortunately, I'm on tour. But I do wish I could go to one of his races." Notice how she doesn't say that she wants to go to an F1 event. She says that she wants to go to one of his races. It is almost like she's only really going to watch and see him. Again, this is probably not flirty, but it really seems like it could have some sort of spark there. Hamilton is currently single since he broke up with his last girlfriend, but Biles is engaged to Jonathan Owens of the Houston Texans NFL football team. So is Simone going to see Lewis in action anytime soon? Flirty or not, can we expect to see this all-star athlete at an F1 event soon? As she stated earlier, Biles won't be able to make it to the US Grand Prix that takes place in Austin, Texas, not too far from Houston, where she and her fiance live. However, she is in luck as there are 5 races in North America in the 2023 F1 season, which means she won't have to wait too long to see Hamilton in action not too far from home. If she can't make it to Austin, she can see Hamilton compete in any one of Mexico City, Montreal, Las Vegas, or Miami, as F1 will be hosting a race in all of those cities as well in the 2023 season. We are unsure as to which one she will go to, but we are pretty confident it will be the race in Vegas, as that is the closest to her in Austin. But distance may not actually matter. It may be the destination for Biles, as she made it clear that she would be willing to make a trip out of watching Hamilton as long as the time worked for her. Told him to send his schedule so we could see the next one, Biles said. I mean, obviously, they are all around the world, so I'm going to have to make a trip. So there is a chance that she is willing to go farther to see Hamilton as well as make a vacation out of seeing him race. F1 is lucky to go to so many amazing places to race, so this could be a good excuse for her to go see parts of the world that she may have never had a reason to go to prior to her sudden interest in F1 racing. So what got her into F1 racing in the first place? And what made her such a big fan of Lewis Hamilton? Why is Simone Biles obsessed with Lewis Hamilton? Why are any of us obsessed with any one athlete? We love athletes because they are superhumans who grace us with the ability to watch them perform incredible feats that we could never even imagine. Every time Simone Biles steps onto the gym mat, she smacks us with the performance of a lifetime, much like Lewis Hamilton does when he gets onto the gridiron. So why are we surprised that she is so struck by Hamilton? Biles and Hamilton also have a professional relationship due to their professions. Athletes tend to stick together and have each other's backs because nobody knows how hard it is to be a pro athlete like other athletes do. When athletes see each other struggling or succeeding, they are more likely to show as much support as they can. For example, when Biles was going through a tough time in her mental health journey and chose to drop out of some of her scheduled events at the Tokyo Olympics in 2021, Hamilton showed support publicly by sharing her Instagram story and posts with praising emojis and messages, showing her that he agreed with her choice. Furthermore, when she received the Presidential Medal of Freedom from U.S. President Joe Biden, he shared her post on his story as well, congratulating her on her accomplishments. It just goes to show that athletes are more than just the game and are willing and wanting to support their fellow competitors despite the sport. This is most likely why she now wants to go watch him race, as he has clearly been supportive of her in her struggles and her successes, and she is most likely going to want to return the favor by showing her support at one of this year's races. However, I can see why people think there may be a bit of a romantic spark going on between these two despite Biles' relationship status. I mean, she does tend to have a type, if you know what I mean. Is this purely platonic, or is there something here between Biles and Hamilton? As I said earlier, this is most likely nothing other than an athlete going to support another athlete. Simple as that. No ifs, ands, or buts. I would say that there is a 99% chance that this is just an excuse for Biles to go see a sport she has never watched before, and a chance to return the kindness that Hamilton has shown her over the past few years. But some speculate that this could be something between the two athletes, and while I doubt that notion, it does kind of line up according to Biles' dating history. She is currently engaged to a high-level athlete who plays in the NFL, but prior to dating Jonathan Owens, she dated fellow U.S. Olympic gymnast Stacy Irvin Jr. of the men's gymnastic teams for 3 years. So clearly, she has a thing for athletic guys. I think this is why the rumors have been sparked as much as they have. If Biles had never dated another athlete in her life, then there would be a much lower chance that this was being talked about to the extent that it is. She is engaged, which means that she is most likely not going to try and do anything with Lewis Hamilton other than watch him race. Moreover, Biles does not have a reputation for being a cheater or someone who dates a ton of people. In fact, her reputation actually proves the opposite. Before becoming engaged to Owens after 2 years of dating, she dated Irvin Jr. for 3 full years. But the craziest thing is that he was her first real boyfriend, according to Biles, which means that she's only dated 2 guys in her 5 years of serious dating. I can't imagine that she would be one to break off her engagement for a little fling with Lewis Hamilton when she had no prior history of doing something like that. Moreover, have you seen Biles and Owens together? They are a power couple if I have ever seen one, and they look like the happiest people on earth when they are together. So I would have to say that I would sooner bet on Hamilton coming in last place in every single race in the 2023 F1 season than on these two doing anything romantic during Biles' visit to one of Hamilton's races. We will have to wait and see which one she chooses to go to, and if Hamilton can rope in another lifelong fan of F1 following his performance at that race. I would bet on the Vegas race being the one she goes to, but you never know. I'm sure she wouldn't hate an excuse to go to Monaco, Barcelona, or Budapest, right? That's all we have for you guys today on the channel. Thank you all so much for tuning in. We hope you enjoyed the content, and we will see you all in the next video.